How you feeling?
We did it.
We had to watch this one together, everybody. So we're watching it together because it was unbelievable. And we knew, like, how many chances are you going to get to go to the divisional round of the playoffs? You got a home game, and we just had to be together for it. So the families were together. You might hear kids, like, going all over the place. Who cares? Lions get a victory. How you all feeling is the real question. How are you feeling? Hit me with your emotions.
Man, I just am
We
so
came early, so I'm going to check to make sure we're actually winning. Keep going.
so proud of the plays that were made. Like play after play after play. There was the drive there where we had 3 consecutive touchdowns or 2 consecutive touchdowns, and I think that of course was the game. But man, play after play, Jared Goff, and then Derek Barnes. I mean, we can start there. Derek Barnes is
Kevin, come on, let us enjoy this. What are you doing?
Thank you, Charles. Get Charles on there. Yeah.
Oh, Charles is always good for some good stuff.
Let's talk about the Derek Barnes play. We thought it would be very important for us to, like, the timing of the game at the end there wasn't going to be the factor. Meaning that we weren't just going to kill clock. Time wasn't going to run out. We had to stop them or get an interception or get something. And so for Derek Barnes, who has just, I always don't. Great. Derek Barnes to make the play was awesome, and Goff was awesome too. So what do you think about the last play, I guess?
Yeah. So what do you mean the last play? Are you talking about
Barnes interception?
Barnes interception. That would be a good last play, I guess. It was funny because we were sitting here talking the whole time. Anytime Barnes was in, we're like, just don't put him in pass coverage, right? And it's just like Barnes, you were yelling Barnes before the play started because he was coming off the edge. We thought he was going to rush the passer. And then he ends up dropping back one-on-one on Otten, who honestly had a pretty darn good game.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good game. And so I'm sitting here. I mean, he had 5 catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown. And I don't know what Baker was throwing.
Oh.
Like, he was very clearly covered. It was just a zone, and Baker threw it right to him.
Mm-hmm.
It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun to see this and just to enjoy this win where it felt like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers played well. Like, that's a good team. That was a physical football game. And it comes back to the kneecaps. Like, we really were a more physical team.
Yeah. Shout out to the Buccaneers. They impressed me. I didn't really expect much from them. I just thought at some point they're going to run out of steam, whatever, but the Bucs played well. And Bruce in the comments just said 2 more games to win it all is kind of crazy. And you really look at the San Francisco, we'll look ahead to the San Francisco game here in a minute, but you look at this Lions team, you say what you want about Jared Goff, but man, Jared Goff can play, and we got weapons. Talk about the weapons that you saw out there today.
Yeah, so when you look at the weapons, it's unbelievable just to see, first off, what Sam Laporta was able to do. You know, I mean, like, you see him coming off the knee injury, and everybody going in was talking about how Laporta, this was going to be a tough matchup because they have Levante David, they have Devin White, like, they have really, really good coverage linebackers, like really good coverage linebackers. And he was able to get 9 catches for 65 yards on 1.5 legs. St. Brown continued to St. Brown. Jared Goff. Can I just talk about this for a second? Because we're going to have some time talking about Goff in this one. We have somebody, right here says pay Goff. Not too much, though, because that'll hurt the team. But the dude was unbelievable in the fourth quarter. He was unbelievable in, honestly, the second half. He won that game.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me if I'm wrong here. I mean, like, he won the game. I mean, that throw, the touchdown throw to St. Brown. Unbelievable. 3rd and 15.
Yep. And
to St. Brown.
You look at our top 4 guys of Amon-Ra, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Jameson Williams. Even Josh Reynolds always comes in with a big play here and there.
Yeah, David Montgomery. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But Amon-Ra, man, but for Jared Goff to just hang in there and make throw after throw is just, man, I was so impressed by him. You can't say enough about what he did.
Well, and when you're going through and you're looking at stats, right? And first off, you see Goff efficient, right? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 287 yards. It took quite a few throws to get there, but he took what the defense gave him.
Yep.
So he takes what the defense gives him, and then you look at this distribution here. You got St. Brown with 8, Laporta with 9, Gibbs with 4. Jameson has a couple of big catches. Reynolds with a couple of big catches. Montgomery. Like those are the beautiful things. Like Goff is so good when they were blitzing at just saying, okay, fine, I'll throw the check down.
Yep.
And how many times did Jahmyr Gibbs make a check down something nasty
Oh,
in a good way? You know, I mean, like this is just unbelievable to see. And, you know, this is interesting. Robert, see what he's saying here? CJ Gardner-Johnson interception, then tossing it back to Baker. I didn't
see that.
I did not see him toss it back. That's hilarious. It's also really funny because he was just right place, right time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
It wasn't a great play. Yeah.
No, and it came off the wide receiver's hands. So all that good stuff. So
we talk about
thanks, Lions fan.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
We talk about Ragnar and his toughness and just being out there, and then the running game. I mean, what was the running game stats? Can you look it up here real quick? The running game stats right there. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, who we were calling to get into the game.
Like, where was he?
Early, we're like
the first half.
You know, where is he? What's going on? And then finally he gets in, and every time he gets in, makes plays. So he had, what is this? He had 13 touches for 100 and some yards and a touchdown.
13 touches for 114.
And he's just what he does.
120, 114. And that is extremely efficient. You look at David Montgomery, who I thought played fine.
Yep.
Right? 10 for 33 yards. Turns out didn't do that great. And then he had another 3 catches for 14. So he goes 13 touches for 47 yards. And you just see the difference with what Gibbs electricity can do.
Yes.
And
hit that one right there. This was that old play that we had to have. Remember, the momentum's not there. It's 3rd and 1. And man, I thought Ben Johnson called a great game. We stayed so aggressive. I said it early on. We started off with Goff in the shotgun.
Yeah.
We went back to under center, play actions.
Yeah.
Goff can just rip it when he had. And they weren't blitzing like they did, but we picked it up and they got through a couple times, but that was manageable. And we had some penalties as they were trying to get through, but it was manageable. And again, no turnovers today. We're hard to beat when we don't turn the ball over.
Hard to beat. And I just wanted to highlight right here. Not that you can see what I'm pointing at, but I highlighted it here. There's the one play from Brock Wright.
Yep.
And making a DB miss in the open field like that. And then bumbling, stumbling to a first down. It was just so much fun to watch. And then many more yards. He was so slow.
Yeah.
He was so slow. But it didn't matter because it was such a well-designed play that he had it. What about the one to Laporta, right? Where he came, fake block, go across the formation. The play, we've seen this play before. It's kind of amazing to watch it. I'm trying to think of the other times we saw it. We've done it on 4th down many times where you're going to throw it. It was just unbelievable.
This is, and now, man, it's just fun because now we get another week of Lions football, and it's just like
another week.
It's so crazy. And what's crazy to me is San Francisco's really good, and we know that. But at the same time, man, we're good. We're a good team, and yes, we're gonna have to go on the road. It's a whole different game now. But I love we have a chance, and that's all you ask for.
What was it over the last 5 or 6 games? Tampa Bay's only given up 15 points a game on average. I think it was 15.3. Our offense was like, no, not today. We're going for 31 on you. I do think we match up well. I think of all the teams that are how they're built, we're the team that's best built to be the 49ers.
That's right.
Because we can do what they do well. We can do it well, right? We have the explosive running back. They have the explosive running back. I just think we probably, I know it sounds weird after the season that he's had. I just think we probably have the better quarterback.
100% better quarterback. We got 2 running backs. Yep.
And I don't know what Debo's going to be. Like, he hurt his shoulder. He was out for the rest of the game after he hurt it in the first quarter. That's huge.
Yep.
Like, if what you're worrying about, it's still heavy dose of McCaffrey. I understand that. They still have McCaffrey. They still have Kittle. They still have Ayuk. But Ayuk is a very good receiver, good possession receiver, good over the middle. He's not a guy that's beating you on a 40-yard run. It's just not what he is. So there's no Mike Evans. Let's put it that way.
Yep, that's right. And
there's no Justin Jefferson. There's no CeeDee Lamb. There's no Puka Nacua, which just seems like that's all we've seen lately.
Yeah. And you have to give, in the Barnes moment, that's what I was thinking. The guy just misses the safety sack, and it's just like, this dude's terrible. And for him to hang in there, and he's just had an up and down career, and he sends us to the NFC Championship game, which We said, man, if we get all the way to the NFC Championship
I know.
game at San Francisco,
I know.
absolutely.
It's all icing on the cake,
Oh,
right?
it's amazing. Yep.
But like at the same time, why not us?
That's right.
Like, I want you to just think about this
Yeah.
right now. All right. The Detroit Lions are one of 4 teams left.
Mm-hmm.
4 teams left. Isn't that crazy to think
Yeah.
about?
Yeah. And the Lions are good. And that's it. Like, we aren't that. You cannot win that game without being good. And you saw
Yes.
good play after play, great play calling. I love the aggressive. I myself was like, let's just run and kick it. And it's just like, no, let's keep hammer. And
Yep.
dude, it's so good, man. So good.
Yeah, and we ended up getting a touchdown. That one where we threw the ball 3 times in a row,
Mm-hmm.
and then, or at least 2 times in a row, and then ended up running it with Craig Reynolds, right? For
Play the
a
game.
touchdown.
Play the
I remember
game.
when we got there, Chris just looked at me. He goes, "Run, because like just run it 3 times in a row." After it was 2nd down and like 2.5, and then we pass. But even that play call was great because St. Brown comes in motion. A lot of times you give it to him on a jet sweep, but nobody thinks Craig Reynolds getting the ball. Give it to Craig Reynolds.
Craig Reynolds, if you right here, yep.
1 carry.
1 carry, 1 yard, touchdown.
1
And
touchdown.
look at the St. Brown line. Is this his classic line?
Yes.
All day, every day, book it. 8 receptions, 77 and a touchdown.
And honestly, it was a little
Light.
disappointing.
Yeah, a little light.
Yeah, because he had 14 targets.
Yeah, a little light, little.
Usually he catches 10 or 11 of those.
And he dropped the ball.
Yeah.
That felt like the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And I want to ask you this. So Lions, the play of the sequence of the game was 2 sequences right at halftime.
Okay.
It's like, oh shoot, we gotta stop them. We do stop them, but then they stop us. Then they go down, and it's just like, oh my gosh, it's 10-10. They get the ball. Dan Campbell, and this is the coach that we have. He did it last week at the halftime interview. He does it this week. Hey, we're good. This is the NFL. Playoff football. And just hearing him talk, I was like,
oh, we're okay.
We are okay. Exactly. So that's our coach. And so that's that halftime adjustment. And you said it. We come out and play differently this game.
Yep.
In the second half.
Yes.
Last game, it was a little different. It was a little muddled. This was like wide open. And so that was sequence number 1 halftime. Second sequence was we go down that Craig Reynolds. We're on the 3-yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 3. And we pass, and then run it in with Craig Reynolds. And that was the game. Is huge.
I got a comment, and then I got 2 questions
Yep.
for you. Okay. First, Charles Harward. Craig Reynolds had a Jerome Bettis stat line.
Yeah.
No, he had a Tommy Vardell stat line.
Yeah.
Touchdown Tommy Vardell. All right. That's what he had. All right. Now here's a question for you. Does this game give Dan Campbell Coach of the Year?
How is he not Coach of the Year? I just don't understand how he could not even be. Yes.
The only way he couldn't be is Houston.
Mm.
Right, and D'Amico Ryan.
Yeah.
Like that's the only other one, but we won. We're in the championship. Hey, we were 3-13-1 2 years ago.
Mhm.
12-5, now 14-5, technically, even though it doesn't count, right? And we're in the NFC championship game. Who of all of you thought to yourself, oh, you know what? We'll definitely be NFC in the championship game, no problem.
And you look at the different coaches. You know, I saw Steve Mariucci pregame, and you just look at those days, and it would just take the perfect coach to do what has happened. It just would, because you had to. There's so much to overcome to shut off, and Dan Campbell did it. And Chris Spielman always said, "It's not. You got to have a coach that's a leader of men."
Yep.
And innovative in the whole thing. Like, this dude is just, how did we get him? I don't know.
And remember all the jokes about how everybody wished it was Matt Campbell?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like, oh, you got the wrong Campbell. He made a joke about it when he first got the job. So, okay. So I think Dan Campbell 100% should be the Coach of the Year. And I think this is just icing on the cake. We out-coached the Bucs in this one. They played as well as they've played all year.
Mm-hmm.
They went hard at us. And so here's the second one. We've talked about this. I don't know if this is a question or a statement, Chris. All right. Another game. 5th game in a row where a quarterback goes off, right? A wide receiver goes off.
Yep.
And a team scores 23. It's like clockwork, people. Can we keep doing this all the way to the Super Bowl?
That's right. We've said it. So that is it. that's what we don't like it. It feels weird, but you look up, we give up 20, we give up 19, we give up 23.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb's going crazy, we give up 20. It's like you just can't. I know you nailed it. Let me highlight a couple of this. I'll rapid fire. 100%.
Yeah, they are. Oh, what a Frank. Are you kidding me? He got rolled up on twice. Just kept playing and dominating Vea.
Frank, how about this comment? Absolutely.
Isn't that what makes it beautiful? Isn't that like the Detroit way?
Dude, love it.
Love the little guy. Love the underdog.
Gibbs is just
he played really good.
Played good. Yeah. Brian Branch, the rookies again. Yes. We would not be here without our rookies. That draft class. We sat here live and we're just like, oh, Laporta.
I like the Laporta pick. Remember everybody freaking out over Jack Campbell? Remember everybody freaking out over Gibbs?
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody upset we drafted Gibbs? Do we win this game without Gibbs?
Right. No. Peyton Manning was I want that man to get a set. Oh, I didn't know that, Eric. Thank you.
Well, the curse breaker.
Oh, dude.
Remember the tub of whiskey?
Yep.
Breaking. I mean, like, let's go.
Penei Sewell, unbelievable.
What other right tackle can pull from the right and go all the way?
Absolutely. And that's exactly right. Yards, sure, right? And that's why as fans, we were saying at the end of the game, we are up by 8, 2 minutes to go. Mm-hmm. They got to go 90 yards. Like, we are in great shape. They couldn't do it. They had no margin for error. Love it. And then last time, absolutely. We've been looking for this guy. We've been looking for him with Amir Abdullah.
Yep.
Javid Best.
Yep.
We, go on the line. Yes, those second round picks or whatever we're trying to find.
Reggie Bush, even.
Reggie Bush.
Not drafting him, but bringing him in, hoping he's going to be the guy. Yep. And Gibbs is it. I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Pride of Detroit, actually. I'll give him credit. Right. And they had a guest on who does everything NFL. And he went out and he's like, yep, the Lions are going to win this game. It's going to be because of Jahmyr Gibbs. And he is convinced that Jahmyr Gibbs is already the best running back in the NFL.
Wow.
He's like, he's better than McCaffrey. He's better than anybody else. He's like, and everybody's going to realize it next year.
Yeah. And so, he had that one where he just got tripped up and man, you got to hand it to the Lions. We fell forward. We played tough.
Yep.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, that huge 3rd and 15, he falls forward. Laporta's falling forward. We're physical. We're a good team.
Remember when we went live after the Packers game? Mm-hmm. And it was like, the fans were like a pack of angry, rabid animals. And it was like, this defense is garbage. We're going to get toasted in the playoffs. Everybody was feeling negative. It's like, it's okay. It's okay. It's one game. And the defense still isn't great.
Nope.
It's been good enough.
Absolutely.
It's been good enough to win 2 close football games. The Rams was closer than this one.
Yep.
All right. But it's been good enough to win 2 close football games. They produced what they needed. They got 2 turnovers in this one, which we really haven't done. And I don't like defenses that have to rely on turnovers, by the way.
No.
Because turnovers are so, what's the word I want to use? Not consistent. Right. Inconsistent. That's a good word for not consistent. Right? Yeah. So, but playing defense is consistent. Like, if you just play good D. And then when you get the turnovers, let's go.
And we keep mentioning the formula. And the formula is in place. And we got 2 more games to try to continue the formula. Your offense makes plays, and our offense continues to make plays. And can they do it on the road? We'll see, but who cares? We've done it so far. But your offense makes plays. Your defense stops the run, which they kind of gave up on the run. The Bucs really, they had to because again, our offense keeps the pressure. Defense stops the run and is good in the red zone, and you don't give up those chunk plays. And here we are. We've been saying it. Defense, you just have to be good enough. Just good enough. You don't have to win the game for us. We're not counting on that, but our offense is what makes us go. So what are you thinking so next week on the road, but
was hoping the Packers would pull it out, which is a weird sentence to say because I would have loved to have been home again. Right. So I could debate whether or not I have $800 to spend on a ticket.
That's right. Yeah.
Another. But we're going on the road and, we're going into California, and here's the thing. We know that Jared Goff struggles in cold weather games, but let's just pull up, on Saturday, it's looking at 65 and overcast.
Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Oh, Sunday, sorry.
Okay. So
69 and sunny.
Jared Goff going back home, not home, but California.
Yep.
He likes it out there. He was in that division, so he's played.
Do you think he's played the 49ers before?
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. And that's one of the little things. We'll start looking at those. And if you see it while we're talking on here, we'll start looking and seeing what he did against San Francisco.
Yep.
He's played against this similar defense. Wilkes is a little bit different. Wilkes will have some insight. Remember, Wilkes was coaching the Panthers when they spanked us last year.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some of this. Yeah.
Yep. So thanks, Steve. We are just
It's fun, man.
riding high. We're doing it. We're doing it. I love it. And yeah, it's crazy because the fans are. It's just this is one of those that'll just last all off season too because
I know.
It's hard to really enjoy it all right
Not
now.
to divide a fan base, but I'm a Michigan guy.
Yep.
You're a Michigan guy. So that national championship, we know that lasts until next year,
Oh,
or actually longer.
yeah.
But getting to an NFC championship, and we're not done, but getting to an NFC championship is something that can take you all the way in the offseason, and
Yeah.
you're just building.
Yeah.
And we have 65 million in cap space, and we have our draft picks, and we know Brad Holmes gets crazy, and we know we can draft good starting caliber players at any point in the draft. So it's just like, this is amazing.
It's crazy. Yes. And you're right. We have
America's team.
this window right here. Next year is the window because we haven't started paying our main guy, St. Brown
Right.
Sewell yet. So that's going to be even prime time. And then you just trust Brad Holmes going forward with draft picks, number one, but just managing the cap with the guys that we do have to pay. So
Dude, that ticket, Jesse, is going to be so much cheaper than if you were to have to go when it was in Detroit. I was looking at average ticket prices. Ours are like 5 times more than anybody else.
oh
Those Niners tickets against the Packers, a team that traditionally travels very well, were only like average $120, which is still expensive.
dude,
But
yeah.
like to go to a playoff game, are you kidding me? All day.
Yeah, that was
Thanks for the reminder.
yeah, that's oh my god. Hey, just real quick, do you like Chris Collinsworth and this crew that called the game?
Do I?
Yep.
Personally. I'll ask you guys too.
Yep.
I love this crew. This might be my favorite one that actually does games. I think Collinsworth does a good job of staying neutral.
Yep.
I think Tirico is as good as it gets.
He does it for me.
For
Yep.
play-by-play. I think he's just so calm. He's not biased. And I know that I saw a lot of fans, Lions fans, talking about Tirico and how he was all biased in the last game against the Rams. I didn't feel that. I think they just call a good football game.
I agree. I like it. Let me know let us know in the comments because it's I like this crew.
And
I
his
really
big
do.
whiny mouth ruined
Yeah, that's not what it
this incredible win. Oh, get out of here.
Really likes Collinsworth, but not Tirico. I'm a big Tirico all day, every day. He can talk about
Anything.
anything, and I'll listen to him.
Yeah.
This will be interesting, Eric. I'm interested to see because I think so too, but it's hard to believe that.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Anytime we play in Florida, in Texas, in Arizona, or in California, we have a lot of Michigan transplants. So a lot of people that grew up in Michigan, then they moved to that state because they wanted to get out of the cold, or for whatever reason. And not as much California as the other three, but there should be a lot of people that are close enough.
Yep.
Even the Arizona people making a drive over.
Yeah.
Where there could be a lot of Lions fans in that state. And that blue is going to stand out in the sea of red.
Oh,
You'll be able to
love
see it.
Love when
Just like you would have seen Buccaneers red in the stadium today. But there wasn't any.
how
Like,
incredible.
what was there, like 3 Buccaneers fans in there? Are you kidding me?
How you nailed it. Where is the opposing fan? They are locked out, and we are.
I don't care how much it costs. We will spend the money.
We just got a few more minutes here.
Yep.
Let me just help us break down Cam Sutton and what is happening and what is it the worst thing in the world? Is it? It does feel not great, but also has he gone against really good receivers? Where are you at with Cam Sutton in general?
So I'll answer it first because
Yep.
it's going to take you guys a second to type it in. Aaron Glenn had an interesting quote about this and talking about how Cam Sutton's been getting, bad mouthed. And he's like, fans don't know what we ask him to do. I think he's doing a great job.
Okay.
And it's hard to believe that he's doing a great job, but he might be doing an admirable job. Glenn's next sentence out of his mouth should be, so obviously I'm doing it wrong because I'm putting him in a position to fail. Here's what I didn't understand. There were multiple times where there's just no help over the top when he's going against Mike Evans, who is, over the last decade, been one of the best deep threat wide receivers in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, you're talking 10 seasons. Every season he's had 1,000 yards. He's a Hall of Famer. And to not give him help over the top so often was just crazy to me. And that's what allowed him to get a lot of those 10, 15, 20-yard plays, too, because he's so worried about protecting over the top. I think they asked him to do a lot.
Yes.
I think they asked him to do a lot.
And it's so interesting because the first half of the season, Cam Sutton, you didn't even know he was on the team.
Yeah.
I mean,
he played so well.
No one was testing him. Never saw him. No, man, he's out there. It felt like Cam Sutton was the freshest guy on the field. And now it's like he's getting beat. He's tired. He's on the ground. He's diving. Like he is getting worked up and down. But you're right. It's just, I don't think he's terrible. I'd take him, and I think we're good. Like we've been saying, we're good enough, and that's okay. And yeah, that's just what we have. We're good enough to keep working.
I think Mosley's injury hurt him because I think the thought process is that Cam Sutton is a really good CB2.
Yeah,
and to be able to put him or be able to kind of shift things his way because you have a better corner with him. So I'd be very interested to see what we do at corner this offseason.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a ton of stuff in free agency going on. I really don't. It's not a huge free agency season, but I haven't looked at corners, but I think you have to upgrade at that position.
Yeah. Yep. But no, like we've been saying, we're good enough. We've got the formula, and boy, we're going to have to go in, play really well in San Francisco. Duh. We're going to have to catch a little bit of breaks, capitalize, Goff. What
San Francisco?
Dang. I mean, if our offensive line is healthy, we got a chance.
We got a chance.
And if Ragnow, I hope he's okay. Jonah Jackson's out. I mean, he's not going to.
So this is interesting. You're talking about the offense and stuff. Jared Goff all year, and it was the Green Bay Packers game when everybody noticed it. And we're like, defense has figured us out. Jared Goff can only throw over the middle.
Yes.
And since that game, every game they've gone outside more and more and more. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden in this game, Jared Goff is like a wizard on the outside. Like throwing outside the numbers, throwing deep balls, throwing fades to St. Brown, like just killing it. And I'm just like, because San Francisco's defense, they thrive in the middle of the field.
Yep.
They are so good. When you have Warner and Greenlaw, like the middle of the field is shut down.
Uh-huh.
Okay, but here's the truth. They have corners that have played well, but it's an undrafted corner and a 5th round pick. That's Lenore and West. Are there right? Anyways, not West. I'm thinking of anyways. 2 guys, you can take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
They're good, but they can't stick with St. Brown. They can't stick. And they have, for as good as that front 7 is on that defense, with the linebackers and the D line, their secondary is beatable.
Yeah, and offensively, in our defense, again, Debo's might be out. Caffrey's the real deal, but I mean, Brock Purdy, let's just be real honest about him. He's not gonna just murder us. I mean, be shocked if he's just the one murdering us. It's gonna be. We have a chance. We absolutely have a chance.
When you see him in good weather, he's a lot better than unfortunately. I think he's very good. So we'll see what happens, though. We'll see what happens because we've proven over and over again teams can throw for 350 against us consistently.
Yep.
And they have in the last 5 games, and we've won 4 of them, and we should have won all 5. All right, you remember? I remember. I'm old enough to remember what happened in Dallas, and so like we've proven if we keep you one-dimensional throwing only, we're going to hold you to 20 to 25 points.
And this is to play in the Super Bowl, which just seems
crazy, isn't it?
To play in the Super Bowl, and who cares? I mean, I'll lose 50-0, but you get to go, you get to whatever. It's like just
I don't want to lose 50.
We're one more game. It's it went from like let's try to win a playoff game. All right, you know what? Let's just try. Like I don't know, until like hey, let's go to the Super Bowl now.
Yeah,
that's where it's at. So I love it.
Wow,
Fire Melon. We'll put that out there.
He's actually a very good man. Met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice guy. He just didn't know. He's like, well, thanks everybody for joining. We got more videos coming this whole
all week. Check in.
Subscribe right now.
Do it.
Subscribe. Just
right
subscribe because we're gonna go live for the playoff or for the next game post game, next game. Videos all over the place. If you're any remotely a Lions fan,
Yeah.
just subscribe.
And then we'll keep it simple for you, even when the season's done in the off season. We'll keep it simple. Short videos that give you the good news that you actually want to hear.
That's right.
Yeah. Just news that I don't.
Just news that you want to know. So just like,
Yeah.
just subscribe.
Yeah.
Might as well subscribe to these guys. All right. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks for great win. More to come.
More to come. Thanks, everybody.
See ya.
Eric's got the last word.
Oh.
See ya.